Hello and welcome back to this moon messages reading. So I am in a different environment now, another environment. I change my environment all the time. I have moved house, so this is going to be possibly my new background. I'm trying out the different rooms. So this is my bedroom, and next time I might do it in the dining room, or it'll be different background. So we'll see. But I quite like this one. Got my usual picture that I used to have up all the time, and yeah, obviously my purples, my greens. So yeah, this is one room. Anyway, if you haven't caught me before, all my details are in the description box. I offer these moon messages readings every 2 weeks on the full moon and the new moon. And this one is for the full moon in Virgo on the 14th of March 2025 to the new moon in Aries on the 29th of March 2025. I always have to have notes in front of me because I forget. It is a very short one this time, you'll be happy to hear, because a lot of the time my readings are quite long and they can draw out. I mean, I don't know how deep the messages are going to be. There is only 4 cards, but then we do have 2 crystal cards, and usually the crystal cards are quite long because I read from the book on those ones, but all the other ones I'll do intuitively. As I say, all my details are below if you do want to book a personal reading, because I am still offering personal readings. And yeah, subscribe, like, comment, all of that jazz, and let's get on with the reading. So the first card is actually hidden, so it's not showing itself straight away, and that is also upside down, so something that just is a bit topsy-turvy, maybe doesn't want to be seen yet, doesn't want to be talked about, maybe something you're not aware of yet. And that is nourishment. So it was in reverse, so maybe you're not nourishing yourself the way that you need to. So maybe you're not taking care of yourself in the way that you need to. Maybe you're not giving yourself enough fruit. Like there's fruit on here, there's vegetables, there's water, there's the night sky, so that would indicate like sleep. There's, I don't know, I kind of get a feeling of like a big rock behind here. I don't know if it is like a big stone or a big rock, and that to me would be like grounding, something about grounding yourself. So maybe you're not doing that enough. Yeah, just what is it for you? You would know out of those things what you're not giving yourself enough of. And maybe it's not any of these things. Maybe it's a different part of your life that you need to nourish yourself and give yourself more love, more self-care, something healthier. Maybe it's patterns, maybe it's habits, something like that in your life that you're not giving yourself enough of. I'm looking at the moon here, and it's cheese, right? And so maybe you're giving yourself too much dairy, and maybe you need to cut down on dairy or something like that. Okay, so it might be something to do with your diet, and maybe something you're intolerant to, and you're not listening to the guidance that you've been given by the doctors or something like that. But yeah, it's something about that, and it's something maybe it's something you're not aware of yet because it was hidden. So maybe something in your diet is causing issues for you and you're not aware of it yet. So maybe this is a warning to go to the doctors, to have it checked out, to see if there's something wrong in your diet that's causing it, something you're eating that's causing issues maybe. What is that top one? Oh, the top one is so here we've got bread as well. So it might be like gluten, okay? It might be gluten intolerance, something like that as well. I'm very drawn to the woman here who's got her arms wide open. So this is about embracing something. So it might be that you need to change your diet, and you might feel a bit resistant to that. I know that if I got told that I had to quit bread or dairy or anything like that, I would be resistant to it because I just love it so much. And so this is telling you to open your arms to it, open your heart to it, because this is going to help you. It's going to stop any issues that you've been having. It's going to help with sleep. It's going to help with whatever you've been struggling with. Okay, so open your heart to it, open your mind to it. Maybe there's alternatives that you can have that are just as good, and you maybe it's a case of asking around, asking friends or family members whether they have gone through the same thing and what they eat. You know, maybe get some ideas of other things that they eat that taste just as good or maybe better, and that might be a good alternative for you. Okay, so a bit of a different message there to what we normally get. The next card we have is Wisdom, and so this girl has literally, she seems like she's been on a bit of a journey. So she's been on a little boat in the sea, and she's traveling somewhere. She's also learning things along the way. So she's got loads of books that she's kind of climbed up, and it feels like she's read quite a few of them, and she's learned a lot along her way. So whether that's life journey, whether that's that you have actually traveled and you've learned a lot along your travels, something like that. But she's still reaching for more. It feels like she's still reaching for more information or more knowledge or more wisdom. Okay, and so it feels like a good thing. It doesn't feel like you're not meant to do that. It feels like if this is you, right, if you feel like you've learned a lot along the way, you're still learning, you're still growing, maybe you're into personal development, maybe you've done a lot in your life, right, and you've learned a lot from that, but you're eager to learn, you're eager to still learn. And actually it's one of those lessons. It's like to just be a bit humble in that. It's like, you know, we're always learning, we're always growing, and for someone to say like, oh, I know everything, is a bit of a lie, because we do always have something to learn, right? We are students of life, and it's always best to look at life in that way, that you're a student of life. And you know, you can learn from anybody, you can learn from books, you can learn from life experiences, and something that you've always known can change in an instant with an experience or with something that someone says, or, you know, something that you've been through. So don't see it as a bad thing that you don't feel like you know enough, or even though there's two messages here, so you might feel like you don't know enough, right? Maybe you are struggling to take the next step on something and you feel like you can't do something because you don't know enough. There's two sides of that. Maybe yes, maybe you need to learn something different, right? But it could also be that you're holding yourself back when actually you do know enough. You've got enough skills, you've learned a lot, you've read all these books, you've been so far, you've traveled so far through life, you've got all these experiences and skills. You probably know more than what you think, and so don't let that hold you back. But if you feel like you just need this one extra thing, maybe just ask for support. Maybe just just see what you can find, but don't let it hold you back. Okay, next card we have is Peace. This actually feels like something you need to give yourself. I feel like sometimes we are looking outside of ourselves for other people to create peace in our lives. We're looking for experiences, we're looking for environments to create peace in our lives. But actually we create peace. We can create peace from within, right? We can give ourselves those moments of silence, those moments of complete just peace, right? I can't think of I was trying to think of something else, but we can give ourselves those moments. There's something that I do sometimes, well, not as much lately, I should maybe do it because I'm needing peace myself, but I work in a job where it's very noisy, very busy, very unlike what you would think that I would do, and trying to move away from it. However, I have to do it at the moment. You know, it's part of my journey, part of my learning, right? And I do this job like day in, day out, and it's just noisy, it's busy, it's constant, right? But there are moments in my day where I do get some peace. Like literally, even if it's like 2 minutes or 5 minutes or maybe on my break, right? And I can either choose to really fully embrace that peace and just sit with it and really pay attention to it and be aware of it and soak it in, or I can be on my phone, I can talk to people, I can distract myself with other things, and completely ignore that peace and don't make the most of it. So you have a choice, no matter what you do, right? If you don't have that type of job, if you have a noisy household, if you have a noisy head, you can choose to take yourself out for a walk. You can choose to take 5 minutes in the toilet, right? Sitting in the toilet, like even if you don't need the toilet, right? You can choose to go sit in your car for a bit and breathe. You can choose to meditate, all those things, right? Sometimes people struggle to sit with silence. Now, I would question that. What is it that you don't like about sitting in silence? So there was a part of my counselling course years ago where we had to practice that. We had to practice sitting in silence with other people in the room. And it is the most awkward thing when you're not used to that, because you will try to fill that silence because it feels so awkward. But we found that we had to learn to sit with that, because if you can imagine, because I did a counselling course, we learned how to sit with clients and sometimes they don't want to talk. So you had to learn that, and you have to break those barriers. You have to break that resistance. The longer you do it, the easier it becomes. And you realise it's just mind chatter, just literally just limiting beliefs in your head that tell you, oh, I must feel this because the other person feels awkward, or I must feel this because something bad's going to happen, or I don't know, like whatever it is that's coming up for you. It'd be interesting to think about that and to journal on that maybe. Yeah, why can you not embrace peace? And where can you embrace peace more? Okay. Next card we have, and the last card of the moon cards, is New Moon in Capricorn, and it says step up and lead. Now, I've just been reminded of when I first started all of this work. When I realised that I could do this, when I noticed my gift of channeling and, you know, clairvoyance and all of that, and I noticed my passion for personal development and just felt the need to share it. I just really felt the need to share it. I was like, okay, I know all this and I love all this and I'm so passionate about it, but it needs to come out of me. It needs to be shared. I need to guide people. I need to like inspire people. I need to help other people to do this and to build their confidence. And, you know, so this needs to be heard, right? I just felt this calling inside of me. So I started a Facebook group many years ago and gathered a group of people who were interested in this sort of thing and who wanted to build their confidence and who wanted to do, you know, who wanted to become self-aware and to realize stuff about themselves. And I shared everything. I was so excitable at the start. I think that's what you do when you go through a spiritual awakening. You get so excited and you just want to share it all. And so this is that energy. It's like, where are you being called to step up and lead? What have you learned? So maybe this is about this one, right? Where you've learned loads of skills along the way and you're still reaching for more, right? We're always, as I say, still growing and still learning. But when you learn something new, do you keep it to yourself? And that's fine. You can do that. You just learn from it and you develop. Or do you have a calling to share it? And do you know what? When you have a calling to share it, you actually learn more and you actually develop more and you grow more, and everything becomes this exciting journey of kind of learning and growing and sharing, and it just continues like that. And the more passionate you are about something, the easier it is to share and to inspire others. Okay, so maybe that's you. Maybe you just want to learn to step up for yourself, right? Maybe you just want to become more confident in yourself. But ask yourself the question, where am I being called to step up and lead? Okay. So interesting cards there. And then, right, so we have the crystal of the moon cycle. And we have 2 crystals this time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read out the message in the book and see what message it has for us. So the first crystal is jade. I love a jade. And I'm just going to read that out. So treasures within, consciousness of abundance, recognizing that you are more than enough. Even the smallest crystal has the power to transmit energy, channeling information from the conscious universe. Electronic equipment contains crystals so small that you might not realize they are there. So too do you have hidden strengths you may be overlooking. Treasures within that can give you strength and courage as you break free of the past and venture into the unknown. These treasures can serve as talismans. Get my words out. Let's start again. These treasures can serve as talismans to remind you that you have enough and are enough. For you are stardust, the stuff of galaxies, a light being with every quality present in the universe. Goodness, bravery, love, you name it, it's there. Jade Spirit has arrived to tell you not to underestimate yourself. You have so many facets and so many assets to share and to grow. Love this. Did not choose that on purpose. Whatever eludes you, open up to the bounty of the conscious universe and look within. Wait, where did that come from, you may ask? It was there all along. Qualities formerly concealed from view will be made visible to you now, so that you may use them for healing, growth, and co-creating whatever your heart desires. Relationship message. Love can draw to you people who will see in you what you do not see in yourself and bring out the best in you. You do not have to be perfect. What did I say about wanting to learn more, right? Don't have to be perfect. You can make mistakes, but what you cannot do is wall yourself off when love is crying out for you to connect and expand, for that will keep you from discovering your purpose. Let others help you find your hidden treasures. Listen to those who encourage you, and if someone tries to tell you that you haven't got what it takes, assume otherwise. Then seek out the company of those who see the best within you, for they are friends to treasure. Prosperity message. You have more affluence than you can imagine, and opening your eyes to the creative ways in which the universe has manifested abundance in material form reveals wonderful possibilities for your life. Being aware of this will start to awaken you to the prosperity already within you. Remember, outer conditions reflect past intentions, and right now you can begin with an idea, a hopeful belief, a thought form that can coalesce into future reality. Imagine having all the wealth you need to live with purpose and feel a sense of fulfillment. Imagine you have latent strengths that will help you break away from the old patterns that kept you in scarcity mentality. Let them arise within you. Perhaps abundance seems like a glimmer of possibility right now. Even so, open up to the realization that your hidden treasures are more than enough to change your outer conditions. You are meant to prosper. For thousands of years, jade has been prized in countries around the world. It teaches us to embrace and enjoy life on all levels. Green jade is traditionally a stone of abundance. Meditate with this crystal, focusing on the sense of gratitude for all of your abundance, and it will multiply. It's a new one. Multiply tenfold. Okay. The next crystal is sunstone. And that's number 55. And 55 is big changes, so that's good. Okay, so let's read out what sunstone has for you. So, central meaning of sunstone: freedom, breaking through obstacles, the power to overcome limitations, knowing you can do it. Any of us can become so used to being restricted that when we have the potential to move beyond limitations, we stare in disbelief at the open door of the cage that has held us in captivity for far too long. Have you succumbed to the illusion of scarcity consciousness? inaccurately seeing yourself as stuck in old patterns, telling yourself that the situation is the same as it's always been, when in truth it has begun to shift. Sunstone Spirit's message is that the door really is open and opportunities await you as you claim your freedom. You have the power to break through barriers. The parameters of your life are not what you thought they were. So much more is available to you than you imagined. So believe in your freedom, spread your wings and fly. You can do it. For Sunstone Spirit is here to strengthen your resolve to leave that cage far behind you as you drink in the pleasure of being free and ready to live in a new way. You can choose from an array of opportunities the universe has made available to you. So let go and be liberated. The universe will help you to avoid pitfalls and wrong turns that will wind you back around to the same old, same old. Simply enjoy this shift. Now is your time to experience the thrill of exhilarating freedom. Relationship message. Your past and your wounds do not have to keep you stuck in old patterns. You are free to end your current relationship, start a new one, or transform the partnership to be whatever you want it to be. While you can never control another person or determine every event or set of circumstances, you will experience... hang on. Punctuation, Liam. While you can never control another person or determine every event or set of circumstances you will experience, you always have the freedom of choice. This includes the freedom to stop and reconnect with the universe, drawing on the loving support and wisdom that can help you make the best choices for you. There are no limits on love, no obstacles to receiving that which you hope to experience. Enjoy your freedom, knowing that you have a firm foundation in love that the conscious universe has for you. Prosperity message. My back's starting to hurt now. I kind of need a chair to lean back on. I'm sitting on my bed. Prosperity message. You are at liberty to make any number of decisions about how to interact with the universal flow of abundance. Does that make you nervous or are you excited? It's okay now to be a little bit of both, but be sure to embrace your freedom of choice, knowing that Sunstone Spirit is bolstering your ability to decide what you want to do. Advice from others can be helpful, but you have to listen to your heart and check in with your values before making your own decisions. You no longer have to feel bound by old stories rooted in scarcity thinking. So believe in the universal flow of abundance and enjoy your freedom to choose how you will interact with it. You've got this. Working with Sunstone helps us release our old emotions, be strong and own your leadership qualities. Leadership qualities. What did I say? Step up and lead. Yes. Which do not arise from a place of ego, but from a place of inspired leadership for the highest good of all. Sunstone teaches us to shine authentically and without fear. How brilliant was that? How did that just went perfectly. I love it. So that is your moon messages reading for the next 2 weeks. I hope you enjoyed it. If you do want to book a personal reading with me, all my details are in the description box. I record them now every Wednesday if I can, some weekends. So they are done on audio or YouTube. So you can choose to have a video with your own personal reading sent to you or sent by audio on WhatsApp. So if you're interested in that, just let me know. Details are down below and you can also email me. Details are there as well. Okay, so if you like this video, give it a like, share, comment, all of that jazz, and I will see you on the next one. Thank you. Bye.